Hello, everybody. Lewis with Tactical Response, joined today by Don Edwards from Green Line Tactical, as well as Adam Healy. You guys are starting to get to know Adam more and more on our videos here. He's an alumni of ours, or one of our alumni, as well as an alumnus of Green Line. And you recently took the night aerial target engagement class, and that was your first time doing that as a class, right?
Yeah, that was our first nighttime one, night vision one.
Okay.
We've done things like that before with that helicopter and the pilot, but that's the first time first Green Line class of that.
Right. And I did the aerial target engagement. You know, we did a video on that when you came down to Camden and did it. Being scared of heights, I would be even more scared, I feel like, in the dark. And being that I was not there, I'll kind of leave it to you guys to let everybody know what they could expect if they're going to book your next one. Are you doing the night aerial targeting?
Yeah, there's another one down in South Florida, in Immokalee, Florida. It's the old prison. It's changed names several times, but it's in early February. First or second weekend, I can't remember exactly.
Where did they go to get the dates on that?
Green Line Tactical website, greenlinetactical.com. But it's in the first part of February sometime. It'll be a Friday night, Saturday night class. Yeah,
I would say if you haven't, even if you haven't done the daytime one, but you're into this kind of stuff, which I assume if you're watching this, you probably are, it's a good time. Like I've been in, I don't know, not exaggerating, several hundred helicopter rides, and I've never gotten to ride on the outside, I guess on versus in, right?
Yeah.
I've never gotten to ride on the outside on a helicopter and shoot guns. So if you're into this stuff, especially at night, I think it's a good way to kind of test out some of your gear, good way to test out your skills. It is a lot harder than Hollywood makes it look. Like you have to really, it's hard to hit the targets because we're shooting at steel. Yeah. Same steel we shoot at for any other class. Yeah. You're just up in the air and moving, and it's windy, and you're trying not to.
And you're wearing nods.
Yeah. And you're trying not to like fall off the helicopter, but you're strapped in. We can talk a little bit about that. Yeah. And you're trying not to embarrass yourself in front of Don or Sam or anyone. So it's a little tricky, but it was a good time for sure.
Yeah, it's fun. You do learn a lot. It's not just an experiential kind of thing. One of the things we found, and I guess we probably eventually should tell them more about the class, but as far as the shooting side, we found that people have a better hit ratio wearing night vision and using the lasers than they did shooting with their optics during the day. And I just think that's because you're not trying to look through the tube of your optic, and you're seeing the laser, and you're seeing, because even in the dark, you can see the bullets hitting the ground if you're missing, or you know that you don't see sparks. If you're paying attention, you can hear the ting, ting, ting too. But I'll real quick talk about actually what it is. We're partnered with a helicopter company called Airborne Tactical Training Solutions out of South Florida. And I've been working with him in various capacities for quite a few years, several years now, doing video stuff, events, and other, class type stuff. And just this past year, we partnered with him to do our own classes together. And so Paul and I have known each other for a while. He knows me and my crew, and I know his guys and him. I took me and two of the other instructors, Sam and Eric, went, and even though we have lots of experience there, we took his 2-day course to be certified as crew members and all that stuff. So we're not just hiring some random helicopter. We're literally partnering together for these types of things. And he's one of the only, if not maybe the only, non-government aviation asset that has all the legal FAA licenses to allow people to fly on the benches outside of the bird. I think there may be a few others, but it's a very small group of people. So that's what's kind of really unique. So this is an MD-530 Little Bird with benches on the side, the same kind of stuff you see in videos of SF dudes and Rangers and stuff like that flying around on. It's the same dang bird, and it's a lot of fun. And we do it during the daytime, and we do it during the nighttime. Adam came out to we call it NATE, Night Aerial Target Engagement. Yes, you wear night vision, but if a dude said, "Hey, I want to do a run and use my white light," I'd be totally down with that.
I don't think anyone did that though.
Nobody did because you don't spend all that money on nods and lasers and then go get on a helicopter and not shoot with them.
Yeah.
But that's it. And we spend the first day is all like train up. So we spend some time on the flat range. There's a few nuances to shooting guns in and around helicopters that you may not think about when you're on the ground. Like a lot of us do muzzle up for reloads and stuff like that. Well, it's not a good idea in a helicopter because the big spinny fan is up there and we don't want anything to happen to that. And even in muzzle down, your feet are dangling down there. So you gotta, little things to think about. We also can't say ready up to you and riding on the helicopter, you won't hear anything. So, we have hand and arm signals that we practice. And then you guys basically got a whole rundown, not just a safety brief, but how it works. And then we rehearse getting on and off and all the efficiency things to make sure that we can get guys on the bird and off the bird quickly so that it maximizes flight time. Because we only have so much time, air time. And if we're sitting there on the ground for 2 minutes, that's 2 minutes that we weren't flying.
I was really impressed in the one that I took, how quickly we were able to do that. That was pretty cool. And I think that prep work that we did earlier made it so that when it was time to get on the bird and, it costs money every time that thing spins around, right?
Yeah.
So, to not waste that time.
Yeah, the helicopter doesn't care if it's flying 100 miles an hour or sitting on the ground. If that engine's running, that little meter's going. And, that's like the cash register. But, and also all that stuff, that we, in the military side of the house, we call that static load training. And it's basically, we used to joke around, get on the bird, get off the bird, get on, what are you doing? We're practicing getting on the helicopter and getting off the helicopter. It's like, that sounds dumb. But, even some of your top professionals do that. That's part of their rehearsals because they don't want that to cause any mishaps or, mess ups.
On the way out there,
that, or just to impede infiltration into the operational environment or whatever. So it's just one of those things that we're so used to, and it's intuitive to me that, well, that's how we make this go smoothly is we practice it so that when we do it for real. And then we had so many guys in these classes that had never been on a helicopter before. And so even that, not only have you never sat on the benches and done that, but never even been on one. Okay. We need to get you used to this.
Did anyone puke?
Huh?
Did anyone puke?
No.
Okay, that's good.
Not that I don't think so.
I puked my first time at a Black Hawk. It didn't go well. Yeah. I was sitting backwards. So my back was towards the pilot. And I ended up, it wasn't good.
Yeah, I've never thrown up on a helicopter.
Yeah, it wasn't good.
Fixed wing birds.
Did you do that? Did you do that prep work under nods at night, or did you do it during the day?
A little of both.
Okay.
Yeah. And we would go out before dusk so that we could get everybody used to both.
Yeah, and we did some I think some flat range stuff too, just to get everybody level set, get everybody zeroed. I think the zeroing was super important because of all the dynamics of firing while moving. Yeah. So we spent some time doing that. Yeah. And
zeroing's important to me because I don't want you not hitting the target just because of that. Yeah. It's not going to lie, it's not a cheap thing to do. So to spend all that money and all that time and then have your laser or optic not zeroed and miss, it's like, well, that kind of sucks.
Yeah.
So I felt that was pretty important. Just like, hey, if you want to confirm zero.
And invariably, right? Everyone shows up at least to a kind of a big boy class like this. Thinking they're zeroed, or at least you should.
Yeah.
But, invariably, something happened, right?
It's not, or you get a chance to just tweak it a little bit or whatever. And, that's worth it. And then you get up there and you're confident that, exactly. My gun's going to hit what I aim it at. And if you miss it, it's not the gun's fault.
Yeah. So day one was mostly prep, static load, safety, big emphasis on safety. So if anyone's looking at this and saying, that seems a little bit dangerous, or I don't know that my wife would let me do that. One, you might maybe get a new wife. I don't know if that's still on the books. But also, it's super safe, right? Don and team go through great lengths to make sure that it's all done correctly. And there is no, there's always room for error, but that is as minimal as possible.
Absolutely. We do everything we can to mitigate the risk.
Yeah. And you don't think those little seatbelts are going to hold you, but I'm a pretty big dude. I felt pretty safe.
They're FAA certified, aircraft seatbelts.
Yeah. I think the fact that Paul's owner, pilot,
Yeah.
Right. Like
Head mechanic.
everything. It's not like there's an owner of a company and then
They're cutting corners.
He's trusting the maintenance guy to do things, and then the pilot's kind of only looking out for himself. Like it's all his baby.
Yeah.
So the safety is going
and
to be
he's been
paramount.
in this business for like 40 years. He owns 2 Little Birds, 2 A-Star helicopters. He's got a fleet of helicopters. He made his bones flying in the movie industry. So he's been everything from the helicopter being filmed to the helicopter chasing things around with the camera in it. So he's a phenomenal pilot with more hours than just about, even some of the special operations pilots out there. Even though he doesn't come from that background, those guys, sometimes he has taught, especially law enforcement, pilots and stuff like that. That's one of his things that he does is he trains other pilots to do this kind of stuff. So he definitely is one of the OGs and a master pilot in my book.
And given the cost of it, I forget, we got 2 runs in each.
We got two 10-minute.
Yeah.
runs.
So I mean, like you're going to get your money's worth. It goes quick, but you're doing a lot. So I think like day 1's mostly like prep, safety, the mechanics of it all, and then day 2 we actually get in and do some flying and shooting, and you're going to get your money's worth.
How many rounds do you think you shot in that class? Because everybody's a little different. But.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I usually just show with a box of loaded mags and
right.
I don't.
I know
really
guys
track.
were going, and it just depends. Some people shoot less. More experienced shooters will shoot more.
Yeah.
Usually guys will shoot more on the second lift because they're like, oh crap, I can shoot. I should be burning it down.
Yeah.
Especially since I paid all this money. I'm flying on a helicopter. Why should I take this ammo home with me? Right?
Yeah.
But so yeah, guys. I mean, we have one dude that. He went through 8 or 9 mags, but he's, I would say 5.
He hit the target 3 times.
No, he burned it down. But he's just like, hey, I'm not taking it home. But I'd say 5 to 6 mags, maybe 7 per person was the average. Just the night guys seem to shoot a little bit more. And probably because they're a little bit more experienced, in that crowd. But yeah, so it's a lot of fun. We also try to make it as informative and learning as possible too. It's not just, like you learn a lot about that helicopter and stuff and just operations in general. Yeah.
And like Paul will answer any questions that you have about the bird. So will his crew chief or the Angel. Yeah. And awesome. And then also just like standing around, like waiting for your turn, right? John Jew is running the line, and he's got a wealth of information. Yeah. So I think it's overall really good experience. You'll learn a lot. You'll also do some shooting from helicopters under night vision while it's moving. So like you can't really go wrong with that.
Yes. Great for the gram. Right.
Well, there's that.
First things first.
I don't have an Instagram, so I think I just sent you guys some content.
Yeah.
I was running one of TNVC's. I forget. I got it from TNVC. I don't know who makes it. The low profile mission recorder.
Okay. Yeah. I can't remember the name of the car. I was wearing one too. I think. Yeah, because operator.
Yeah, they and I was actually pretty impressed with the quality of the video that came out of that. I sent some of it to Lewis and Sean.
It's not bad. Yeah, I was wearing one too.
And it doesn't like mess up your vision too much. You're kind of
looking
over it.
Yeah, you can see a little there's something there, but it's not a big deal.
Yeah. So if you're into if you're into the Instagram life and you do want to take this class, like, there's opportunities to record.
Even if you're not like into posting like your experiences, like having these kind of I'd consider it a once in a lifetime experience. You know what I mean? Like you might not. You've done it a couple times, but like for a lot of the folks watching, like a class like that is what you could look at as like a once in a life experience.
Yeah, I mean, for some guys, it's a bucket list. Of course, the guys that took the first one said this is bucket list, and then night vision, and then I saw him again 2 months later.
Now I got it because it might add new bucket list items.
I saw the one go up for the daytime, and I was like, I bet you Don's going to do a night vision one, so I'm just going to wait on that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, the first time I took Night Fighter, I was like, if I were to have taken that class and rented night vision from you, like that's an experience, man.
Yeah.
Like it's game changing. It's something you like. A lot of people may not get to do a lot. Mm-hmm. So it's like you're doing quite a few classes that are like really great experiences for people. So in life, experiences over things is always a great investment. So make sure, get on the Green Line website. Where else can they find you? You've got...
We got Instagram, the Green Line Tactical. You know, I'm on Facebook. If you're already one of my alums, then you're already connected. But yeah, our schedule for everything is on the greenlinetactical.com.
Okay. Yeah. Get out there. Get on greenlinetactical.com. Book yourself a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Have a good time, right?
Or just take another class, too, like Red Dot Pistol.
Yeah.
Like Red Dot Pistol in April in Camden, Tennessee.
Red Dot Pistol in Camden in April. I think I'm going to have to be in that one.
Yeah, and in the instructor course.
You're doing them both the same back-to-back?
Yeah, it's going to be the weekend is the regular course, and then Monday, Tuesday is instructor.
Okay,
and
that's on the list now.
That was the first half hour of the Red Dot Pistol class, and I've been telling everybody they need to take that. I was like, I got my money's worth. Like, this is like, yes. And any class you can take with Don, guys, you guys are going to enjoy. Get on his website, check out his schedule, see what's going to be near you, and book one. Anything else you want to tell people?
I'm good. Ready to break.
All right. We'll probably have to do some editing here at the end. And remember, guys, your responsibility to be ready for the fight never ends.